All right. Good afternoon, everyone, and greetings. We are here to discuss some important senior information that we have for this upcoming year. First of all, we want to say thank you to our seniors who have done a tremendous job thus far as we are rounding the corner and coming across the finish line. We want to make sure that we end things on a high note. And so today's meeting is to discuss a couple of activities and things that we have going as we work to conclude the school year. A couple of things that you can see here on the screen. We have our senior send off. We also have graduation practices that we'll discuss. We have graduation again, and then Grad Bash as well. So these are kind of four topics that we'll discuss. One thing that I will ask, if you do have questions, if you note down at the bottom, you will see that we say post your question in the comments, and we'll be able to review your questions as we go through in the event that you have a question going forward. But I do want to introduce our amazing team who are joining with us today. We have Coach Sharp. Coach Sharp is here, serves as our athletic director. She'll be speaking with you guys about Grad Bash and senior send off. We also have Miss Ryan, who serves as one of our senior advisors here, probably teaches your student math as well. And she's going to be speaking specifically about graduation related activities. So, with that being said, Miss Ryan, Coach Sharp, we'll go ahead and get the party started.
Awesome. Good afternoon, good evening, everybody. I do want to give a forewarning just in case y'all hear any craziness in my background. There is boys volleyball practice going on right outside my office. So please excuse any chaos you might hear in the background as they are scrimmaging at the moment. But to get this kicked off, we are going to talk about senior send off first. That is an event we got coming up on Friday, May 8th. As most people know, our senior send off is pretty much our version of a decision day where we like to highlight what our kids are doing after they leave Woodville Tompkins. So this event will be during the morning on Friday, May 8th from 9 a.m. to noon. So we will open the doors to our seniors. You do have to be here at 7 a.m. The cutoff is 7:45 for you to be in place. We do open the doors to our parents and our spectators at 8 a.m. to come in. You will enter through the gym doors at the back of the school to come into this event as it will take place in our gym. Each senior is allotted 7 tickets for this event. There is a ticket requirement in order to get in the gym. If you need more than 7 tickets, you'll need to talk to some of your classmates and see who is signed up and maybe not using all 7 of their tickets. You will pick these tickets up from me where you will sign from them during the decoration time, which will take place the day before on May 7th, that Thursday evening between 3:30 and 5:30 p.m. In the gym. So here is the QR code. Please make sure you sign up for a table. The deadline is this Friday. Once again, there is a deadline for this because I do have to see everybody. We do have kind of a tight fit as we just only have our gymnasium floor, which is 84 feet long, to try to fit 172 people if everybody signs up for this. So please use the QR code and make sure you sign up by this Friday. That is the deadline. I have had some people coming to me and asking just some wanting reminders about what is allowed and what is not allowed as far as decorating. The gym will be open Thursday, once again on May 7th from 3:30 to 5:30. This will be for ticket pickup and decorating only. Once again, there will be no decorating and no tickets distributed the morning of the event. So if you plan to come on Friday, um, and if you don't come on Thursday and decorate or you don't get your tickets, you will still have your seat at a table on Friday, but you will not be allowed to add any of your own personal decorations and you will not be able to pick up tickets to let your family and friends in. When it comes to decorating, there is absolutely no helium or confetti balloons allowed in the gym. As you can imagine, that can create an issue with all the events we have going on, and helium balloons getting stuck in the ceiling, and the confetti gets stuck in our floorboards, which is not good for our games and other activities that we have. We would like to remind everybody that because there will be about 4 people probably per table, um, Sitting, we do not want anything that will decorations that will be above chest high when you are sitting in a chair, because we want everybody's family members to be able to see and support one another that are at this table. So we don't want anything on the table that is above chest high, so that way everybody is can be seen from anywhere within the gym throughout the entire event. We do provide the table that will have a black tablecloth on it, as well as a sign on the front of it with the name of the college, or the workforce or the military that you have selected, to announce that you will be committing to. And then once again, this will likely be 4 students per table, and this will likely be a 6 foot table. It is really hard to get 8 foot tables, within our district. So the reality of it, more than likely, it will be 4 people on a 6 foot table. So just be mindful when you're buying your decorations that you do not have the entire table to yourself. All right, Miss Ryan, you are up to discuss the graduation practices.
Hold on, Miss Ryan. I don't know if we can hear you. Can you check
You
your mic?
can't because I had my microphone shut
There
off.
it is.
Sorry about that.
No problem.
Thank you. Okay, so let's go back. So graduation practices, we have 3 of them scheduled: Monday, May 11th, Wednesday, May 13th, Tuesday, May 19th. Each of these is from 8 to 11:30 in the Woodville gym. Please arrive on time. If you are late, you might be turned away. Okay, and if we don't take excuses for being late, getting stopped by train's not an excuse. Okay, guys. So the trains come through. Leave early, get there early. All right. Attendance at all practices is required if you want to participate in graduation. All right. Parents, please do not schedule doctor appointments on these mornings. There are other days when we're not doing anything or don't have anything scheduled that you can go ahead and schedule, or you can schedule things in the afternoons. If there is an issue with getting to a practice, please let me know before practice, not after. Okay. Graduation, as you all should know by now, is Wednesday, May 20th at 9 a.m. at N Market Arena. Students need to be at the door for graduation, in line at security or inside already by 6:30 a.m. And they need to be ready to go. They need to be in their dress, pants, shirt, whatever they're wearing. They need to be in their cap and gown. They cannot bring in any extra clothing, any extra shoes, jackets, nothing like that. They're allowed to bring in keys, a wallet, and a phone, and that's it. Okay. Nothing else. They need to be ready to go when they arrive at the arena. Doors open to the guests at 8 a.m. So you cannot get in with your student, parents. Okay. You need to wait until 8 o'clock. It is open seating. It's first come, first serve. Every person entering the arena must have a ticket, even babies and small children. Each senior gets 15 tickets. No extra tickets will be given. If you can find someone who has extras and will not be using theirs, then that's fine. But the district and the arena do not give out any extra tickets. Okay, tickets will be sent to the students' school email address. They don't come from us. They come from N Market Arena, and the student needs to set up a Ticketmaster account using their school email address, and then the students can transfer their tickets to whomever they choose to get them. Okay, but it is the student's responsibility to accept those tickets and transfer them. There are a few students who I've already spoken to who will get them to their private email address. They know who they are, but the rest of you are going to get them to your school email address. Okay. If you are a district employee, you still have to have a ticket. Your ID does not get you into the ceremony. Okay. If you're not working the ceremony, you have to have a ticket to get in. And any guests arriving after 8:50 will be directed to the upper level of the arena, not be allowed down on the floor. The dress code for graduation. This is about the 4th time I've shown this to the kids, so they are well aware of it. But I've had lots of questions about it in the past couple of weeks, but I just wanted to repeat it again. You have 2 options. You can either wear black dress pants, please not jeans. Okay, black dress pants a white collared dress shirt. It can be short or long sleeves, a solid black necktie, and solid black socks. That's your first option. Second option, you can wear a black dress. However, no spaghetti straps, no strapless, and it must be mid thigh length or longer. You can wear sleeveless if it's a tank type sleeve, but you cannot have spaghetti straps or strapless. Excuse me. Shoes. Everyone must wear black dress shoes, no black sneakers. They must be black dress shoes. Solid black, no logos or embellishments, no gold buckles, nothing like that on it. They must be fully enclosed. You cannot have sandals. You cannot have the slingbacks or open back shoes. We do recommend flats. They are not required. The arena floor is really slippery, and you're going to be doing a lot of standing and a lot of walking in those shoes. You're going to be in them for about 3 hours without being able to sit down. So please just prepare. If you buy brand new shoes, please wear them ahead of time. Don't wear them for the first time at graduation. Okay. And then your hair, please, a solid natural color. No pink hair, no green hair. Okay. Solid natural color. If you have any questions, please email me. There's my address, catherine.ryan@sccpss.com. I'd be happy to answer any questions. Thank you.
All right. Also, I recommend if you do have questions, please make sure you put those in the comments as well. We'd love to come in and answer any questions that you may have today. You guys have the dream team here with you this evening, so they're ready to answer any questions that you may have this evening. So again, please utilize the comment section to enter your comments there. All right. Coach Sharp, you want to talk to us about Grad Bash?
Yes, I am back up and ready to talk about the first event we have for our seniors. This will be taking place next week. So it has approached upon us very quickly. So we're just going to do a quick overview, some of our expectations, what to pack, things like that for Grad Bash. All right, first up, I'm going to let you know who is all going with your kids and will be chaperoning them on the trip. I am your head chaperone. As Mr. McGuire said, I'm the athletic director here at Woodville Tompkins. You've probably seen me if you've been to just about any athletic event. I'm normally there. Also on the chaperone team that will be traveling with us, I have Coach Benyard, Chef Bozier, Coach Matthews, Coach Robinson, Coach Miller, Coach Gaither, Miss Robinson, and Mr. Barnes, our latest addition to our administration team, our new AP that we have this year. So once again, another dream team that will be traveling, people that are very familiar with overnight trips with kids, because as you noticed, I added a lot of coaches on there. So this is who will be taking care of your children on this overnight trip. All right, next up, you'll see the travel itinerary. I do have some of this blown up a little bit bigger. Also, most of your students, most of your kids did receive a handout with all of this information when they picked up their cap and gowns on the 8th. So they should have been able to share this with you. So it's literally a breakdown, a timestamp, um, somewhat tentative, but for the most part, it is pretty spot on with our time, and this is how it flowed last year, and I'm keeping everything exactly the same. So that way you should know where your kids are at from the time you drop them off at Woodville on that Thursday morning until we get back that Friday evening. I will also be creating a group me for the parents where I'll be sending out updates on your kids of letting you know where we're at and all of that throughout the trip. So that way you know where your kids are at all times on this trip. And that information will be sent to your emails from Bright Arrow once we get closer to the trip. All right, so here, as I said, is a closer look kind of blown up so that way you can actually see it. So on Thursday, your children are expected to arrive at Woodville at 5 a.m. At 5:30 a.m., we will begin our security check, which I have in full detail on a slide later on in the presentation. So we'll discuss that a little bit more. We will be pulling off from Woodville at 6 a.m. We plan to arrive in Orlando about 11:30. We will stop at a rest stop and take a quick little restroom break. Let them stretch their legs, get a snack in them on the trip. So that's why it's a little bit longer. Our first activity up will be main event. At main event, they will be given 2 slices of pizza and something to drink. They will be given an activity card where they will have 3 full hours of play inside the arcade. They also have bowling alleys there, laser tag, all different types of fun activities that they will have access to that will be free to them. Of course, they are welcome to bring additional money for any of the extra events that are not included in our play card. After that, they will report to the hotel where they will be given their room assignments. Most of them have already seen who they will be roomed with because I also shared that with them at the cap and gown handout last week. Um, once they get there, we'll readdress the rules with them. Let them get a chance to go get showered, changed, get ready for Universal. Bring them back downstairs, do our outfit checks because there are rules, which I'll cover later on in a second, about what they're allowed to wear to Universal, what they're not. Return back to the hotel at a lovely 2:30 a.m. And then Friday morning, we'll get up and have breakfast at the hotel, give them some time to hang out, work on any schoolwork they might have there and whatnot, since we will be out of school. We will check out of the hotel, pack the bus up, and then head to Aquatica, which is a water park. And that will be our next destination. They'll get to hang out there for a few hours. They also will receive a meal card for Aquatica. So a meal will be included at Aquatica that they do not have to purchase. But once again, we encourage them to bring extra money for anything additional they want to purchase while they're at the water park, especially a locker. I encourage everybody to buddy up at least and get a locker to keep their items in while they're walking around the water park because they will need to change at the aquatic park before they load back on the bus for our trip home. There will be nowhere else for them to change in that process because our next stop won't be but a couple hours after we leave Aquatica. So they will change at the water park before they load back onto the buses for us to head out. So once we leave Aquatica, we will stop at Bucky's on the way back, which a lot of the kids tend to love, and they do need their own spending money for Bucky's. And then we'll arrive back to Woodville no later than 9 o'clock, hopefully. So this is a big one that we ran into last year. If your student is not, or my students that are listening to this message, if you are not in the building for Grad Bash by 5:30 a.m., you will not be going on the trip. If you show up after 5:30 to Woodville Tompkins Thursday morning, you will not be going on the trip. This throws a monkey wrench and creates issues with our security checks, backs up the trips, creates issues when it comes to our timeline that we have to stay with our drivers and that. So once again, my students, please do not waste this $365 because at this point it is non-refundable. If you are not in the building at 5:30, you will not be traveling to Orlando. All right. All right, so our locations, I kind of covered it a little bit, but I do have on here the exact addresses and phone numbers so that way everybody knows where we will be at. We will be staying at the Hampton Inn Orlando at Lake Buena Vista. Universal, obviously, that is where the Grad Bash is actually hosted at. So that will be the amusement park we'll be at on Thursday evening. The first place we go to is Main Event Orlando. So that will be our first stop when we get there. And then on Friday, the Aquatica information, we will be going to the Aquatica Water Park that is right down the street from Universal as well. Security check. So as I said, that once everybody is inside the building, the way it will go is the students will come in, they will drop their bags in the atrium, and they will report to the cafeteria. Um, Once the kids are in the cafeteria, you are in the cafeteria until we go to get on the bus. There is no going back to your car. There is no, can I go get something out of my bag? You are allowed a small travel bag or backpack to go with you on the bus. but your overnight luggage and whatnot will go into the atrium and will be left in the atrium. These will be searched by SPT police dogs, and it will also be searched by the chaperones and administrators before the administrators and the chaperones will load your bags on the bus. So once you drop your bags in the morning when you walk in the door, you will not touch them again until we get to the hotel. That will be the next time you are able to access your bags. So once again, you can have a small backpack that you can take with you on the bus. Make sure that you have whatever you need from the time we leave for main event up until the hotel in that carry-on bag. Once again, this is a school trip, so there's absolutely no tobacco, drugs, or alcohol allowed on this trip. Any medication or vitamins must be in the prescription or the over the counter bottle. Yes, we will be checking. We will open your medicine bottles and look inside of them. So please make sure that they are in the correct bottle. If we notice that something does not match, then we will confiscate that medicine bottle and you will not be allowed to take it with you. Also, there is no weapons or weapon like objects. This includes rat tail combs, scissors, tasers, pepper sprays, metal picks, anything like that cannot go with you on the trip. So, your hair products and that, make sure you have the right kind of combs. They must be all plastic. I know a lot of people keep taser and pepper sprays on their keychains at this point. Make sure you take it off of your keychain and leave it in the car or at home. They cannot go on the trip with you. All right. So, as we said, this trip is kind of expensive. And so, we want to let you know what your money is all going towards. So, what is covered in the trip of the 365 that you paid? It includes the hotel fees, the main event fees, which get you two slices of pizza, a drink, and 3 hours of all you can play activities. It also covers your tickets for Universal and Aquatica, the water park, as well as one free meal ticket at Aquatica. So, students, you will need to bring any extra money for anything extra that you would like to purchase, whether it's while you're at Universal, any extra food items at main event, any extra food items or souvenirs from Aquatica, and then, of course, anything that you would like to purchase when we stop at Bucky's will all be your responsibility. But the top half is what will be covered in the trip. Pack-in list. Just this is just a reminder for our young adults that we have here, everything that you're going to need. Make sure you have your universal outfit. There on the next slide, we'll cover what the park guidelines are, what's allowed and what is not allowed. Yes, you will be checked before we load back on the buses to go to Universal. If your outfit is not appropriate, we will send you back upstairs to change. If you do not have anything appropriate to change into, I will be staying back at the hotel with you, and me and you will be hanging out at the hotel while everybody else goes to Universal. So please make sure you follow the guidelines that we'll be following. Make sure you bring a change of night clothes, a bathing suit, and cover ups for the water park, as well as an extra towel unless you're going to be renting a towel from them. Remember, we want appropriate bathing suits. This is still a school activity. That means no Brazilian or thong bottoms. They need to be full bathing suit bottoms, your regular bikini cut, shorts, your regular bikini tops are fine as long as the appropriate areas are covered. We encourage cover ups. Yes, I understand we have all shapes and sizes that are going on this trip. Just be mindful it is a school trip. Yes, you're going to a water park, and I want you to be in a bathing suit and comfortable. Just be mindful that there are still your teachers and coaches around that will see you. So please have some cover ups as well. Also, make sure you have a change of clothes to ride back in. These clothes will go with you when you go into the water park. So that's why we say you need to get a locker. So you need to make sure you have a small bag, clear bag that you can put clothes into to put in your locker to change into before we get back on the bus. Toothpaste, toothbrush, hair products, shower products, hygiene products, any typical things that you need to go on a trip. Also, any medication or vitamins that you normally take or that you need. Remember, it must be in the original bottles. No combining pills into other bottles. Also, once again, no weapons, weapon-like objects, anything like that. The Grad Bash dress code. So this is broken down here. What is okay to wear? What is not okay to wear? Spaghetti straps, strapless tops are not allowed. Body suits. A lot of young ladies nowadays are the fashion thing is to get a bodysuit. A full bodysuit is not allowed at Grad Bash. Biker shorts. They must be the longer shorts if you are wearing them. If you are wearing jeans, shorts, anything like that, if it cannot be cut up with a bunch of holes or anything like that in it. You cannot wear anything Woodville Tompkins into the park. Nothing that identifies you to our school. This is a night for all seniors to go in, to be celebrated. There's no anything that can affiliate you with the school, nothing gang affiliated, anything like that. So this is a chance for you to be fashion forward. No Woodville Tompkins stuff on there. So this breakdown was already handed out to you in a handout last week. So y'all should already know what you can and cannot have. Once again, we will be checking you and you will be sent back upstairs if you do not follow the dress code. Rules and expectations. Just being a coach and an athletic director, I believe that it should always be made clear what is expected of you in everything that you do. So we have rules and expectations for our overnight trip. So of course, you are always expected to conduct yourself in a mannerable way at all times. There should not be a bunch of profanity. No super short skirts, shorts. I should not see midriff shirts, spaghetti straps, tankless tops, wife beaters, no sagging as we are traveling or anything like that. Um, a big rule, my athletes can vouch for this. When we get off the bus and walk into main events, you will not have a bonnet on. You will not have a do rag on. You will not have any type of head covering on. When we come off of the buses, your head coverings come off. No hat, no hoodies on with the hood on it. All your hoods and everything come off your heads when we walk into establishments. Um, when exiting the bus for check-ins and arriving at event sites, you should be presentable at all times. Your clothes should be worn appropriately. As another reminder, this is an alcohol and drug-free trip. Absolutely no alcohol, THC, CBD, anything else that you can think of or name that you will not do here at Woodville Tompkins is not allowed. Girls and boys will not be going into the opposite sex room for any reason. Girls will remain with girls in their rooms. Boys will remain with boys in their rooms. If you do want to hang out, if we have some downtime before we're going to Universal, you need to coordinate with me or one of the other chaperones for a neutral location, such as the lobby or something like that, where y'all can hang out. However, other than that, you cannot go into each other's rooms. If you break this, as well as the curfew rule that begins once we return from Universal, if you are caught outside of your room for any reason when you're not supposed to be, or you are caught in the other gender's room, I will call your parents and have them come pick you up from Universal. You will not continue on the trip. You are going to abide by the rules, or you will be dismissed from the trip. Okay? And that is all I have for Grad Bash. I know that was a lot I just threw at you. We were hoping it was going to go a little bit faster. But of course, if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat, as Mr. McGuire said earlier, and we can address them here real quick. If not, feel free to email me. My email is emma.sharp@sccpss.com. And I'll do my best to get back to you in about a 24 to 48 hour window.
All right. Thank you again. Again, very thorough, very good information that was shared today. I do also want to add for our seniors who have not picked up their cap and gowns, please make sure that you pick it up. Graduation, as Ms. Ryan said, is really 1 month away, literally 1 month away today. So we want to make sure that you have those items. So please make sure if you have not, stop by and see Mr. Blocker in order to pick up your cap and gown. All right, we'll pause. We have any looking to see if we have any questions coming in on the comments. I don't see any. All right, but I do want to say thank you. We are going to post this back on our YouTube page. So as soon as we end here. We are going to go, this information will be posted on our YouTube page for you to be able to look and review. So should there be something you say, oh, I missed that, you can always go back to our YouTube page to find it. Thank you so much. I really appreciate everybody's time, and we hope to see you tomorrow on campus, or if not, we hope to see you soon as we prepare again for these fun activities and ultimately graduation. Thank you.